All right. You okay there, buddy?
I'm great. There. We'll ignore that.
Okay.
As you were.
Well, it's 10 p.m. and do you know where your children are?
Unborn.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us on the premier Geek podcast, Ozzy and the Freak Talk Geek. I'm Ozzy.
And I'm the Freak. And this is A Week in Geek.
I'm getting quicker with that button.
I know you are, dude. Like, I was just like, and like, first one down. We also got some groovy music playing in the background this time, so let us know if it's too loud, because we didn't test this.
No, absolutely not. And I'm not even going to edit this son of a bitch. Just going straight up, because for anybody who's been watching us, subscribe to us, we do apologize for the delay in episodes. We missed a week and a day on putting out a new episode. I've moved. If you can maybe tell by the background, I have a little bit background behind me. I actually moved into my very first solo apartment. And
holy shit, you're right.
About that. Yeah.
You're right. You've always had roommates. There's no more Nick Volney.
I've always had roommates. I've a significant other living with me. So now I am solo in an apartment, technically. Number 4 and number 5 kids stay. Technically, number 4 and number 5 stay with me.
Oh.
They're going to be staying with me for a little over a week to start off their summer break. But
you followed up with,
for the most part, it's just the dog.
You followed up immediately with, like, I'm in my own place, apartment, technically. Like, there was no pause, and I was like, what do you mean it's technically an apartment? Like,
Let me know, it's definitely an apartment.
Yeah,
it's definitely an apartment. It's just my first solo one where I'm living by myself. Like, no other adults are living with me.
So you can run around naked if the kids aren't there.
Yeah, but I'm still weird about being naked in front of the dog.
Oh yeah, dogs judge. Well, no, cats judge. Dogs don't give a fuck. He's probably just like, hey, dangly bit.
I've been like, I don't like to go and use the bathroom, and I won't close the door, which is, new for me.
Even when I'm solo,
he'll poke his head in.
Yeah. Even if I'm solo by myself, I always shut the doors when I shit, shut the doors when I shower. I'm just weird like that. So I also have this thing where when I go into the bathroom, I have to lock the door. And if the bathroom doesn't have locked doors, I'm really iffy about them. And the main reason is because one time when I was young, I was back when we were living in A-Leaf before I ever met you. We had an apartment over in A-Leaf, and I was using the bathroom, and my brother Rusty throws the door open, and it hit my foot, and it ripped half my toenail off.
Yikes.
So, like, ever since then, regardless, it's not like an invasion of privacy or anything. It's like, ever since then, I have a phobia. Somebody's going to hit my foot or something like that. So I always, regardless of, no matter where I'm at, I always lock the door. I have to lock the door. Even if I just go in there and take a piss, I'll go in there.
Really?
Even to take rocket piss, sometimes I will lock the door. Yeah.
It's like a whole new, like, what do I do? Like, I don't even like, do I sit on my own couch and just watch whatever I want on TV? Do I just go to my room and be like, I have no, like, I don't know what to do with myself.
It's the freedom you've never had.
It is. Yes.
So
it's weird.
Is it uplifting? You feel pretty good though, like having your own place though?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how. I haven't processed it all really. Like, I'm like excited because, like, all right. So I can like decorate however I want, and I did it for the most part, and I haven't filled all my action figure shelves yet, but I'm like, well, okay, I finally got to decorate how I wanted. It doesn't make me happy.
Really?
Like it doesn't make me as happy as I thought it would, and I'm not excited about it. I did it. I'm doing it, and like,
yeah. Well, at least you have your own place, and you can rock out and everything, and do whatever you want for now. So.
Oh yeah, no, and like I don't want, like, I appreciate the opportunity to do this, and I'm grateful, you know. It's like one of those things, like, okay, like my kids always like ask me like, what do I want for Father's Day, or what do I want for my birthday? Yeah, and I'm like, leave me alone, you know.
I know you don't mean it in a bad way. You mean it like as in like you would like just to be left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no,
I had that once. And I had it once, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was not what I wanted, you know? It's like, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like I've just been so used to living with other people and or like just having my kids full time, and
so
it's unsettling. It's weird and unsettling. I'm not like,
yeah. So I'm 40 years old now. And I have only ever had my own place once. Right. And it was for about a month. about a month. And it's when I moved from Katy to Lake Jackson area. When I moved to Lake Jackson, I had my place for about a month. Me and Crystal, we were talking. And after like a month of me being there by myself, we got to talking, and I was like, hey, I got a place here. You want to move in? And then me and the guys, we went up, we packed our shit up in one day, came back over to my place, emptied it all, and we've been together ever since. So
that's awesome.
Prior to that, I've had a couple of other places in Arizona, Colorado, and whatnot. I've always had roommates. And then I've always had Crystal too. So like, right. I'm in the same boat. I've never had my own place. So
yeah.
But if everything goes right, I never will. So there's that.
Oh.
And so let's get into this.
Sorry. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So on to the news for this week. I'll start us off here because I want to go ahead and knock this one out of the park, or knock this out
now. No.
Because
knock it out of the park, bro.
No, I'm just gonna knock it out right now. From Hasbro Pulse, they're gonna have their fan stream, and as we're recording this, it's tomorrow, and when this drops, it'll be today. So they they're going to come out. They're going to be showing some of the stuff that they have already in production, and starting to show some of the stuff that they are starting production of, and giving us hints on what they have coming out. And a little teaser was dropped on us today. I think it was dropped today. Was this little image that we have here? So yes,
obviously we know who's on the left.
Yes, those are definitely Wolverine's feet.
Without a doubt.
Oh, man. Those...
Do we have a... Oh, my God. What's his name? Black Knight? Do we have a Black Knight?
We have a couple Black Knights.
Okay.
I don't think it's Black Knight.
It looks like armor.
And then
it does
a little bit of, like, cloth that would probably be coming off of like a loincloth or something right in between the two legs.
Right. So there is speculation, and let me see if I can find the image I intended to show. And I'm kind of going with like, oh yeah, that could possibly be it. Where are you? Not you. Not you. There we go. This right here. So there's some speculation that it's going to be
Silver Samurai.
another Silver Samurai. Now we've already had a Silver Samurai.
I'm not seeing it. Well, okay. I can see the shin guards and why people might think that.
Right.
But that loincloth looks split, and it looks like there's yellow or orange.
Right. So let's take a look. I can't zoom into it. The boots look brown.
Like a grayish brown.
Right. So I'm not getting Silver Samurai vibes. Maybe it's wishful thinking that it's Silver Samurai, and it's like we haven't had Silver Samurai since the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave.
There was the San Diego Comic-Con set that he was in, I believe, too, right? It was a five-pack.
He's in an X-Men Villains pack.
Yeah, the X-Men Villains 5-pack. Yeah, the San Diego Comic-Con was the Spider-Man Villains pack.
Right.
So, but it wasn't a 5-pack.
Yeah. But, I mean, little teaser. We'll see what happens. We can speculate. I mean, it's already running rampant around the internet, at least in the collecting community.
We've also got teasers from last time when they revealed the Hulk.
Right.
So,
the missiles.
We know the missiles are for the Hulk. Right. So right. We know the missiles are for the Ultimate Hulk or whatever it's called, Extreme Hulk.
Maximum Hulk.
Maximum Hulk, where he can do the sonic boom and catch and deflect the missiles. But there was also what appeared to be like Psylocke's beam. They showed a couple of accessories, right. And then there was the big orange, like dome-ish fireball deal.
I don't remember that teaser, but
a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Marvel versus Capcom, and that's Juggernaut. So okay, I'm really hoping that it's Juggernaut from Marvel versus Capcom, because they've been talking images about. That we showed.
Right.
That could be Wolverine versus somebody not from Marvel. That could be somebody from Capcom.
Could be, but I don't think it'll be Street Fighter. Because I think Street Fighter is Jada Toys right now.
Yeah, but I'm not saying Street Fighter. I'm just saying Marvel versus Capcom in general.
What wasn't the Street Fighter guys in that too?
The Street Fighter guys were, but there were more people there were more people than just Street Fighter.
Right.
So we could be getting a Capcom character.
Could be Mega Man.
I would love for it to be Mega Man, but it's not going to be Mega Man.
That's not Mega Man.
No, I would love for us to.
I don't want Mega Man. I don't want Mega Man. I want the little yellow robot, little Lego head robot.
The little hat guy? Yeah, the hat with the eyes, the little metal construction helmet.
No, he was like a yellow droid, like Mega. He even had like his own game on PlayStation.
Oh, I don't know then.
And like you got him as a hat on that zombie game that was on Xbox. Oh, Dead Rising. Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But you think we'll get another Juggernaut so soon?
I fucking hope so, dude. That last Juggernaut was trash, in my opinion. I didn't care for it.
The 2-pack one?
Yeah, the 2-pack with Colossus. I didn't care for it. The Marvel Select, which I have, is way better, even though it doesn't maneuver quite well. I will say that the Marvel Select looks amazing. Posable, not at all. The guy's arms like barely move, like it. But the other one was just, if they were going for a retro look from directly like almost out of the comic book, he looked like that. He looked way too clean. Let's put it that way. I don't know. Like there was barely any contrast in colors or detail, and he looked really kind of stiff and just. I didn't like it. I'm gonna get one anyways, though, just because I want to get all my Juggernauts. So I just haven't gotten
my Juggernaut. It's the 2-pack Juggernaut. But speaking of Marvel Select, with the whole bankruptcy thing of Diamond Distribution, Diamond Toys is no more. And they were the distributor of Marvel Select figures.
Wait, when did this happen?
So we talked about it here on Week in Geek a couple months back that Diamond.
Yes, the distributor for the comic books.
Right.
But I didn't know they're also distributors for the toys.
Yeah, Diamond Toys. That's all under the same umbrella, and that got purchased too, and it's been.
So
we don't know
Marvel Selects.
As of right now, there's no statement from the new company on whether or not they're going to continue producing toys.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because during Toy Fair, there were a lot of toys that I was even reviewed and I was going through as well that were Marvel Select. Like we're getting a new Marvel Select Annihilus and a whole bunch of other stuff from Marvel Select. So I'm wondering if are they Xing out Annihilus?
It's possible that we would get those if it's already in production and they're just going to finish it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the current situation with tariffs and everything that's going on, all the manufacturing done in China and the extra cost of shipping it here to the United States, the new owners of Diamond may just cut their losses.
Dude, I hope they don't. I hope they don't. Despite the fact that I want to own nothing but Marvel Legends, there are a few selects that I would like in my collection.
No, I'm with you. The larger characters like Juggernaut makes sense scale wise. Even Apocalypse, although the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse is massive.
I want him so bad. I want him so much. Okay.
I've been debating whether or not to get a bigger one of Sinister.
I need a Sinister, but I need a Sinister that I can kit bash because I want a Sinister for Age of Apocalypse. So it's a project.
It looks like.
Yeah. Since we're talking about toys, Sideshow.com. I know you're familiar with this site, Sideshow, right?
I am.
Okay.
Sideshow Collectibles.
Sideshow Collectibles currently has on pre-order Revenge of the Sith, Darth Vader, Deluxe version, and Special Edition version.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. No! I had to use that for the first image here. But I will say this. Okay, first and foremost, before I get into these pictures, pre-order. $495. This is a 1/6 scale, not a 1/12. This is a big boy. This is a 1/6 scale. Okay? But dude, check out this detail. Okay? So the pack comes, if you get the deluxe special edition, comes with these 62 by 95 millimeter Revenge of the Sith coins, or anniversary, metal plaques. So this is for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Not only did we get a rescreening of the movie, but we also getting this awesome figure, which comes complete with the table, the operating table, the operating droids. It comes with his metal hand. The deluxe version includes both a regular and a wired cape, so you can make it all animated and special. The detail, which I have another picture showing this one that I'll show you. How many figurines do you have whose arms can actually almost properly cross the arms by tucking themselves in? None. They always just, this is how you cross arms for toys.
Yeah.
Or like this.
Yeah.
And they always look goofy. The lightsaber actually lights up with LEDs. He's got all sorts of accessories, hands, his utility belt and everything all lights up. Fully posable. So let me show you these other pictures I've got, dude. So this is a more close-up picture showing some of the actual really, really good detail and showing the cape. the ability to actually cross the arms, the cock piece. Like, this is the droids with the table. Like, it is so detailed. Look at the detail here. The burning, the scarification, like the attention to detail on this is just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I cannot believe that. Like, this to me seems like a statue and not a posable figure.
Right. That's the first picture that actually looks like it's Hayden Christensen.
It really does. It really does. They even went as far as to detail the inside.
Wow.
Of the helmet.
Nice. I love that.
That's just insane, man. So the top of the helmet comes off, exposing all the sensors and everything. But the actual detail on the inside of the helmet, that's not something you ever see. That's freaking insane. You only get this in the deluxe version too. These are the articulated droids, which can move and are interchangeable, are interposable. So it's freaking phenomenal, dude. And this is the pose right here that I would probably have set up if I had this. This is just too cool.
That's some fuck you money right there, buddy.
Like, look at the detail in this, man.
Yeah, dude.
The helmet comes apart. Technically,
amazing.
3 different whip pieces. You know, the base, the face, and then the top helmet. Like, that's fuck you money. That's awesome. $495 pre-order right now at Sideshow Collectibles. Expected to ship between April 26th and September 2026. So next year. They do have flexible payment options, interest-free from $55.69 a month. So there's that. Yeah, man, this is phenomenal. What's really funny is on the website, under the about information, the first words there is a quote from Darth Vader and it says, "No." It's phenomenal. There's 14 there's like 17 different really, really detailed pictures. If you go to the actual website, I only grabbed the ones that really stuck out to me that I really wanted to show off here. I mean, if you've got $495 to spend on this thing, awesome. Now, I will say that is the deluxe special edition.
Right.
The collector edition is $315. But you don't get the droids, you don't get the robot hand. That's really what it seems like. And you don't get the commemorative coins. So,
but you get the table.
You do get the table. You do get
the wired cape.
Yeah,
you get both capes.
You get both capes. You get the LED light up. All of that base is the same. So it's missing some hands and it's missing the droids. Basically, is the difference between the two. I don't know if that's $100 difference or like almost $150, $180 difference for me. Not really.
For that scale, yeah. For that scale, those 2 droids alone make it worth the price. That makes it worth the difference of the price.
For an extra $180?
Yeah, dude, because those are okay, so think about how big those droids are going to be. Those are going to be like that big, spread out. Like,
I guess you're right.
Big chunky boys, and it's Hot Toys, and like they're quality, dude. It makes sense.
So I stand corrected. He doesn't come with the table, but he does come with a stand. So the table included. Yeah, that's a big
droids.
Table and 2 droids. Okay, I'll give you that one. Just the 2 droids by itself doesn't really diddle it for me.
Diddle it?
Yep. Doesn't hit that spot.
Gotcha.
All right, what's next?
Let's see.
I'm waiting to see if we step on each other's toes here yet or not.
Probably not. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Like I said, there's a lot of news out there right now, and a lot of it is rumors and shit.
Right.
What is this?
Today, Pokemon announced that their next Pokemon Presents is going to be 7/22/25. So this is through Nintendo Pokemon. This is where they're going to show off what they have going on for Pokemon for the year.
Ooh.
Yeah,
hopefully we get new
Pacific Standard Time.
Hopefully we get some new updates about the upcoming game.
The new Legends game, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it?
Honestly, that's all I care about. I don't collect the cards anymore. Scalpers have just ruined that for me and so many other people.
That's a shame, man. You were having a hell of a collection.
I still have a hell of a collection. I stopped buying stuff. The drop rates are so low. It's so hard to get a complete set. I'd spend, easily maybe $1,000 just to get one set, because in one box you're not going to get the whole set.
No.
So you're going to have to spy like maybe 3 or 4, maybe even more, just to get these SIRs and everything to get the whole collection.
Right.
And with people scalping the way that they have been, one of the things that they've been doing is when they sell people booster boxes, some of the places are opening the plastic of the booster box and selling it to people so that it's no longer sealed, so they can't scalp it. I'm both for and against this.
Sure, of course.
I'm for it because it prevents scalpers. I'm against it because I bought a sealed product. I want that sealed product. What if I want it for my collection just to sit on the shelf and collect? So I'm both. I can see the good and bad of that, but should leave it to the customer to decide if they want it open.
I agree. I'm with you. But I just wanted to pop this up, say, heads up, 2 months, and we're going to have hopefully a full-on trailer for the new Pokemon game. Maybe even some news for the Switch 2.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Is do we have any other news as to what they plan? Any sneak peeks of what they plan to talk about?
No, nothing that I've seen so far. It's just, hey, heads up, this is coming our way. So when Pokemon Presents drops, this is when we'll get our trailer, a full-on trailer for the new game. Mm-hmm. And we do know it's going to be on Switch, original Switch. It's already planned. It'll be the last main line, or the last main Pokemon to be on the original Switch, and then after that, it's full on Switch 2.
At least that makes me a little bit happy, because I'm happy that I don't have to go out and buy a whole new fucking system just to play a Pokemon game. Which it seems like, I bought the last system for the Pokemon game. I don't want to buy another system for a Pokemon game.
But the system life of the Switch, dude, it's been what, 7 years?
For the
6 years or 7 years?
The Switch Lite?
For the first Switch, like the lifespan.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've only had my Switch a couple years. So
well, it came out pre-COVID. It was what, 2019, 2018 when the Switch originally dropped?
Probably. Yeah, so it's been a while. I know that
it's not very old.
I get it. I get we're overdue. I'm not going to argue the fact. I'm just happy as hell I don't have to. I'm just happy as fuck I don't have to buy a new system to play a game. Yet. So, what do I want to mention here? Let's get into something fun, since we've been talking about toys and Marvel and everything else. Snapple dropped an ad last week. I think it was last week sometime. It was a Snapple promo that dropped a poster showing us our first glimpses at Galactus. Have you seen this?
I don't know.
Whoop.
Oh, he looks like Nicolas Cage.
Fuck!
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not fucking wrong. That's why I'm laughing. You're not fucking wrong. Holy shit. He looks like... That looks like a tie between Nicolas Cage and Alan Rickman. But I will say it's Ralph Ineson. I don't know who Ralph Ineson is. I can Google him real quick. Let's see. Ralph Ineson. Ralph? Oh, shit. Okay. Let's see. He was in The First Omen. He was in To Catch a Killer, Nosferatu, The Witch, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Damn, he's actually been in a lot of stuff. He was in Game of Thrones, I think. Damn, he's been in a lot of stuff, man.
All right, I'll look him up.
The Creator, Diablo, Book of Loreth. Let's see. The Pope's Exorcist. He's been in a lot of shit, man.
Ralph Ineson?
Yeah. Innocent. Ineson.
All right.
You'll recognize him once you see. Now the schnoz makes sense. It's just that mask is actually covering half of his schnoz. The dude's got a big schnoz. He was in Willow, the TV series, The Northman.
Okay. I know.
You see it now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is our Thanos. This version of the Galactus...
These pictures, he looks like Nicolas Cage.
A little bit. So,
He's
I mean,
like
I can
inbred English cousin.
Let's see. Yeah, well, I don't have any much news on Fantastic Four. If you know who the Fantastic Four are, this is an origin story again. What?
No.
How is this not an origin story?
I don't think this is an origin story, dude. They're already established, I think, in their universe.
Are they? Because it seems like they're going into space for the first time.
They're showing it as a flashback, but I don't really think that this is an origins movie. This is going to be I do not expect this to be an origins movie. But we'll know July 25th.
Yep, that's what I was just about to say. July 25th, 2025. Next month, 2 months, we will get Fantastic Four's first steps.
Cinemark's going to get a bunch of my money in July, dude. They are, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good to go back to movie theaters. I definitely look forward to that and Superman. I've got to see Superman in the theaters.
Okay, so Superman, I'm not going to watch it in theaters, but I do want to see the new Superman. I do. I gotta throw that back. Boom. I do want to see the new Superman. However, due to Todd McFarlane's release of a couple of new toys, they totally ruined the surprise of who some of the villains and stuff like that are. You know what I'm talking about, right? The baby kaiju?
Yeah.
The baby kaiju and baby Joey.
Yeah. Is that McFarlane toys or is those the Spin Master ones?
Those are McFarlane.
Okay. I've seen on Walmart shelves the Superman toys are already hitting on the shelves. And I think those are the Spin Master ones.
Yeah. So the Todd McFarlane Superman, baby kaiju, or the young kaiju and baby Joey are actually going on pre-order the 29th, which will be tomorrow, which for y'all watching is today.
Yes.
For us, it's tomorrow. For y'all, it's today. Unless you're watching this like 3 weeks from now, then it would have been a while back.
Then you should have hit the bell and be notified when we drop new episodes.
Yeah, right? Subscribe. Help a brother out.
And like.
Yeah, or just like it. I'd be okay with that. Yeah. It's whatever. I still like this music, man. I've been like nodding to it this whole time.
I know. We have to find something like that's more us, but
The smaller us, like a bobblehead us, like we need bobbleheads.
Bro, the wind fell out of my sails when I saw those wrestling fan action figures.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, it's it is what it is. But when was I ever going to have the opportunity to do that?
You never know.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna save that for last. Okay, so did you know that they have already done a lot of official casting for the new Harry Potter movie or the new Harry Potter TV show?
I've heard some of it, and I even saw some of it today. I saw the kids, but I didn't.
Right.
I didn't read into it. Yeah, that's the image I saw.
So there's the kids. There's our new cast of Harry Potter. Right there in the center is Harry. We've got Hermione and Ron. I have the article pulled up on my phone. Let's see if I can catch their names here. So,
it's
Dominic
Ron, Hermione,
McLaughlin. Yeah, Dominic McLaughlin will be in the role of Harry Potter. Arabella Stanton as Hermione Granger, and Alistair Stout will be the new Ron Weasley.
Alistair Stout.
That's
an awesome name. Right? That is an awesome name. Alistair Stout. Like, you sound Greek.
Right? For a ginger, that's like the best name.
Alistair could be either a regal name or a villainous name. That can go both ways.
Yeah, I'm with you. Only Alistair I can think of off the top of my head is Alistair Black, and he's a professional wrestler.
Alistair Crowley is a character. I think his name is Alistair Crowley. Is a character in Enshrouded, and he looks like an evil guy.
That's based on a real dude, and he was an evil dude.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yep. But we also have the official casting, so I just thought I should throw some of these up here. Come on, damn it. Which we know about Nick Frost as Ruby.
Which I love. I love that so much.
Great.
I love Nick Frost. I haven't seen anything that he's been in that I didn't love.
Absolutely. I saw Paul was on Netflix, and I'm like, okay, I gotta set aside some time. It's been about a minute since I've seen that movie.
Have you seen his BBC Star Trek show? I can't remember the name of it for the life of me to save my life at all. But he has a BBC show that they're in space and doing all this weird space stuff, kind of like it's like his take on the Orville in Star Trek.
I have not seen it. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I did know this one.
So we knew John Lithgow. He was like the first cast member that was announced to take over the role of Dumbledore. And then we've got our
another actor I absolutely love.
Right. And I'm just in that season of Dexter that he's in.
Oh,
so I just started season 4 or 5. This is our new Professor McGonagall.
I can see it.
This is a BBC actress, which I'm trying to get her name.
Gosh,
Janet McTeer. Me Before You in the Menu. Not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure where I've seen her.
Okay, have you ever seen The Menu?
That's that Ralph Fiennes movie, right?
Yes.
Where
he's
I've started it. I haven't finished it yet. I got the first 5-10 minutes into it, and then I got distracted. I know I need to watch it. She's in this.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm down.
I mean,
for that.
she's like a sub character. She's not
a supporting character. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's no big deal.
But that's where I remember her.
Right on. Let's see who else we got here. We've got our new Severus Snape, Papa Isidiu from I May Destroy You in Black Mirror. Let's see who else we've got here.
Can I pause for a minute?
Is he? I wonder what episode of Black Mirror, because I'm watching that right now too. What episode he was in?
He might be in the new season. The new season just came out. Which, completely off topic, Black Mirror has gone away with their... Was it called Jabberwocky? No. Anyways, Black Mirror got rid of the Choose Your Own Destiny movie that they had.
Oh, the Choose Your Own Adventure episode?
Yeah, they got rid of that because they got deleted the format entirely. There's none of that is available anymore.
Oh, no interactive episodes?
Yep, no interactive any TV shows or anything now. There was a new thing that they tried and failed. But I actually had a conversation the other day. I was playing Enshrouded with my buddy, and his girl is big Harry Potter fan.
Right.
I asked her how she felt about the new Harry Potter character playing Severus Snape. And a lot of people are heated about the whole Alan Rickman being replaced by a black guy. You know, there's a lot of people that are up in air about that. She said, and this is what she told me, just quoting, that they never actually said what race he was in the book. They
never did it with Hermione either.
Apparently they did. They did specify that Hermione was black at some point. This is what she told me. But she did say the description of Severus Snape was greasy hair, greasy skin, a large nose, and he was very mischievous and sneaky. And I'm sitting here thinking, that seems like a lot of stereotype ways to describe a black person. And now they have a black person playing him.
J.K. Rowling is kind of on the nose. Look at how, like, her allegory of Jewish people with the bank trolls, the bank goblins.
Yeah. I get that. Like, I'm curious
if
Curious if she did that on purpose too. Like. If so, that's kind of fucked up, man. That's kind of fucked up.
Probably. This is our new Professor Quirrell. This is Luke Vallon from The Favorite and Present Laughter. I'm sure he's just but a BBC actor. Okay. And then we got a new Argus Filch announce. Let's see if I can find the actor playing.
There's
Filch.
A new person playing Filcher?
Boom.
Oh. I'm very okay with this.
Yep.
That looks good. Him and Nick Frost are the two that actually really pop for me that look the part. Now, again, having never read the books, I'm just going based off the movies.
Sure, of course.
Which that's the only basis I have.
I binge read those books, man. So I I got through them so damn fast when I was still actually reading books.
Yeah.
If my kids ever met me, they wouldn't tell me that Dad, you don't read books. Bro, my kids honestly told me the other day, they said, Dad, you don't read. I'm like,
so
not now, but
since we're talking movies here, movies that are being made into shows, I guess I should talk about the show, but I don't want to. Anyways, we're going to talk about this movie. Remember a while back I mentioned George R. Martin was spearheading the Elden Ring movie?
Yes.
Elden Ring. The movie is based off of the game Elden Ring. Now, a lot of people have had a lot of questions about how this story is going to go. The reason why is because whose story are they going to tell is the big question. If you're familiar with Elden Ring, you know the game gives players the freedom to piece together their own path through the fractured lore and cryptic NPCs. It's not exactly screenplay friendly when you've got a choose your own destiny type game that's free world. It's kind of hard to put that into story format. That is why the best approach for Alex Garland, who I believe is the director, it says Alex Garland is officially heading to the lands between blah, 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 blah. So I think he's the director, but he is on board with George R.R. Martin. So I lost my spot. I hate when I do that. Don't you love that shit? Okay, so the best approach for Garland might be to focus on not on your Tarnished, but one who came before the Tarnished. So in the game, you play a person who is called the Tarnished. The Tarnished are individuals who lost the grace of the Erd Tree and were consequently banished from the lands between. Okay, so you're basically trying to get your grace back. You're the Tarnished one. Okay. Now, before you enter the game, there was a Tarnished that almost became the Elden Lord before you, and that actually is the main character that we see in the very beginning here on the title cover. That person right there, it actually has a storyline built in, and his name is Vike Dragonsbolt. So Vike was a Tarnished champion, better known for being the closest to becoming the Elder Lord before the arrival of the player protagonist. He was a member of the Laendel's ancient dragon cult, through which he met Lanciax. I never knew how to pronounce this nice name. And she shared with him an ancient dragon incantations, and he soon became her most beloved knight. Long story short, the guy had his chance for fortune and fame, and he threw it all away to save her life and to be with her, in which he became the Lord of the Frenzied when he was scorched by the flame of frenzy. And he was taken out of commission and didn't become the Elder Lord. So the talks are of the movie following the story of Vike Dragonsbolt, which to me is freaking awesome, and I love that idea.
Right.
That he's a known character, he has a known story built into the game. I think if they go this direction, I think this is absolutely amazing. I think it's awesome. And like I said, that is Vike right there on the cover. He's kind of like their spokesman, their guy. So to have the story based around him would be really cool. And I'd like to see if they do that.
Nice, dude. I have not played the game. I just looked it up. I'm like, is this a game that I would actually play? Yeah, it is. So I'll have to look to see what I can find on that.
So this is also an A24 and Bandai Namco movie. A24 is a newer production company that's got a lot of movies coming out that look absolutely amazing. One of the A24's newest movies is Bring Her Back, which is a horror flick that's in theaters either this weekend or it's already out. I'm not sure. But it looks absolutely amazing, and I really want to go to the movie theaters and see it. So
nice, dude.
So there's that.
I think I'm gonna play this game, dude. If I can find it cheap.
I will say this, dude. Just so you know, have you ever played a Dark Souls game?
No.
There is no settings. The only settings for the game have to do with the graphics. There are no settings for the difficulty of this game. This game has one mode and one mode only, and that is you're gonna fucking die about 1,000 times. Maybe before you even get a quarter of the way through the game.
That's fine.
It's also...
I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with the concept. One of my favorite podcasts is about video games that I listen to on a weekly basis, and they go on and on and on about Elden Ring. So I try.
Yeah. It's definitely a fun game. I played it, didn't beat it because I had to take a break. I had to take a break.
What was that? What's that? That Space Marine game you were playing? The one that's like Starship Troopers.
Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2. Is that on Xbox One?
I couldn't tell you. I want to say yes, but I could not tell you, to be honest with you. I know it's on PlayStation, but I don't know about Xbox.
Steam and PlayStation.
Yep, Shit. There you go. Yep, sorry. Shit.
That's all right. Dude,
so Helldivers 2 just recently got a new expansion in which they have unlocked the Illuminate, which is a villain from the previous Helldivers game. So now you've got bugs, robots, and the Illuminate, the alien species. So that's in the most recent update.
Nice. Huh. Still can't play it. Shit.
No, can't play it.
That's going to be the third job, is to afford that. A new PlayStation. I was just going like, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Right on, man. Yeah, look forward to that. I'd love to see that. You know what? I'm going to watch some gameplay of Elden Ring and see if that'll...
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? Why not? All right. Are you ready for my last story, sir?
If you've only got one last one, then I should go again.
Okay, go right ahead.
And this one's going to be really short.
Sure.
So, despite the fact of allegations against Neil Gaiman, in 2022, we had his Netflix adaptation of The Sandman. The Sandman follows the story of Morpheus, which is also Dream, the big guy in the background. He is the Lord of Dreams, Morpheus.
Right.
He's always been there since like the beginning of like time and stuff like that himself, along with, all of his other siblings, which is who you see there, Death, Desire, and a whole bunch of others. So it follows the story of Morpheus, and it is a comic from Neil Gaiman by DC. And in 2022, we had season 1 of the comics movie adaptation or TV show adaptation. Following that, we did have some allegations against Neil Gaiman, which they said is part of the reason why season 2 has been postponed. We are getting a season 2. Season 2 will be released in 2 parts, with the first on July 3rd and the finale on July 24th. So it's a 2-season plan that they have going on for this, and they are saying that this is going to be the last season.
Okay, and is this on, what is this on?
Netflix. This is on Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah.
You said July 23rd? I'm going to add that to my
July 3rd with the finale on the July 24th. It's 2 parts. Right. So it's going to be. So it sounds to me like it's going to be 2 episodes, one on July 3rd and one on July 24th.
Damn, that sucks.
Now it says season 2 will be released in 2 parts, so it could be 4 episodes on July 3rd and 4 episodes on July 24th. I don't know. we'll have to see whenever it gets here.
That would be like following the Andor thing that they just did, where they dropped 3 episodes a week.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be something like that, man.
I hope so, man. That show was great.
I loved it. I don't care about DC or their comics and everything, but I really love Neil Gaiman's Sandman series.
Sure.
The art in the comic is amazing. The storyline is amazing. I really love it.
I'm trying to think if I have any Neil Gaiman. I just got like a whole bunch of those graphic novels on
I know. I'm still jelly.
I'm seeing if I'm trying to remember if I picked up anything from him. It doesn't look like it. Oh well. Oh wait. No, he didn't do V for Vendetta.
No.
That's Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on, dude.
So there's that.
Wait, is that Death in the center? Front and center?
The black girl, yes, that's Death.
She looks a lot different.
She does. They all look a lot different, but yeah. That is Death.
Except for Desire in the middle.
Yeah. Well, I think Desire was a guy last time, so there's that.
It still is.
That's a guy? Okay. All right.
Yes, she is.
There we go.
It's a trans actress.
I thought that was a weird, ugly-looking Lady Gaga.
I mean, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. So my last bit of news, I really don't know how to respond to that. So you don't care about DC?
I'm not a huge fan. If you're going to talk about what I hope you're going to talk about, then let's see. Does it involve a bowl cut? Oh, no. Damn.
It involves
getting a crossover?
We are getting an official Marvel and DC crossover, Deadpool Batman.
Okay. The Marvel mark with the mouth. And...
I took this directly from Entertainment Weekly, and I'm just going to read verbatim from Entertainment Weekly.
He's got a bat wing in his eye.
Yeah. The big two finally unveiled their long-kept secret and tease another crossover event for 2026. Back in February, at a Comics Pro panel held in Glendale, California, the editors-in-chief... What?
No, you're good. Go. There you go.
Of Marvel and DC reveal that they were quietly assembling something they hadn't pulled off in more than 2 decades, a crossover event. From time to time, going as far back as 1976 with the arrival of Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man, the big two comic brands have been known to bring their superhero titans together for the kind of convergence that in cross-pollinating fan bases crave. The last time they did this was in 2003 when JLA Avengers kicked off a comic book arc that played out into the following year, but there hasn't been a collaboration of this magnitude since. So it's been...
The last one I remember was Dark Claw.
22 years. Amalgam. Yeah, that was the 90s, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things have to align. Dan Buckley, the president of Marvel Entertainment, explains to Entertainment Weekly. Mostly, we plan our editorial schedule pretty far out. DC does their schedule pretty far out. You want to have the right talent involved because with this type of thing, you want to elevate it as much as you can to get people excited. Jim Lee, the president and chief creative officer and publisher of DC Comics, echoes the similar sentiments in a separate chat over Zoom, noting how DC typically works 2 to 3 years in advance. It happens kind of once every generation of readers. I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions as to why. The timing has to be right, and that you don't want these things too often. You want them to feel special. It's the sort of finding the right moment for both companies to come together because it is complex. There's a lot more coordination, collaboration, approvals, that have to be done. And obviously, from the business side, you're sharing revenue, but it's going to be a big deal. So you want the story creatively to warrant the hype of it all. And here we go. Phone is freezing. So it is time to reveal the next crossover finally here. Deadpool meet Batman. Let's see. Who's going to be the writers on this? So the story is going to be kicking off this September 17th. Tells how Wade Wilson is hired for a job in Gotham City that puts him in the crosshairs of the world's greatest detective. Accompanying the main one-shot will be a lineup of backup adventures that features exciting Marvel and DC character matchups. According to the official description, however, details on what it will entail, including the creative teams, will be shared at a later date. Yeah, dude, they're crossing over again. And who had Deadpool meets Batman on their bingo card? Sure shit, no, I didn't.
Not me. Now,
no.
Okay, I want to point out just two things that happened just now. One of them,
sure.
I just want to point this out. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see the number 1?
Yeah, Marvel number 1.
Yeah, how it's Marvel's number 1.
That's funny. That's funny.
To me, I'm really like Marvel is number 1. Anyways, but no, honestly, you just blew my fucking mind. I had no idea that Jim Lee was the chief creative officer of DC Comics. Jim Lee started his career in 1987 as an artist for Marvel Comics, and he was the artist on the original X-Men #1 comic book. Like, Jim Lee was awesome. He worked on the animated series, and I loved all of his original artwork for the X-Men. That's what got me into comics, partially, was Jim Lee and his art style. I've always loved Jim Lee's art style. I had no idea. When you mentioned Jim Lee just now, I had to Google this to make sure we're talking about the same Jim Lee. So he went from Marvel and being an artist to now being the chief creative officer at DC Comics. Fuck, dude, that's impressive.
He's been at DC for a while, too.
Yeah, I did not know that.
He worked a ton on Batman. So, yeah.
As of 2023, he's the president and publisher and chief creative officer of DC Comics. So he's probably been at DC for a while, but he didn't become that position until 2023, 2 years ago. Does he have a fucking squirt gun? And a rubber chicken?
And look, he's got bat spray.
Bat spray. And arrows and a bazooka.
Yeah, man.
God damn, dude. I do love the cover. The cover's awesome. He's got a fucking batarang
in his head.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Yeah,
never saw this coming.
No. Who did? Like, no. Absolutely not. Never would have saw that coming. I never thought the day would come. Like, especially with what's been going on with the movie universes, that we'd get any kind of crossover anytime soon. So this is a pleasant surprise. I'm super excited for it.
I'm pretty excited for that too. I might have to pick that up I might have to check that out.
Hell yeah, dude! Get back into buying floppies, man. Be a hell of an event.
All right, I got one last one.
All right, I've been seeing that picture down there pop up a few times. Can't wait to see what it actually is.
You ready? Oh, boom, baby!
Oh,
the animated Predator, Killer of Killers. This is the release poster for June 6th on Hulu. Is going to be a 3-part anthology. So the anthology follows this anthology story follows three of the fiercest warriors in human history: a a Viking raider guiding her young son on a bloody quest for revenge, a ninja in feudal Japan who turns against his samurai brother in a brutal battle for succession, and a World War II pilot who takes to the sky to investigate the otherworldly threat to the Allied curse, or to the Allied cause. Sorry. So what we're getting is we've got the Viking, the World War II pilot, and the Japanese samurai. This anthology follows three different killers throughout time. It's a pretty interesting deal. They actually you can actually go on YouTube now, and there's a trailer for it. I actually did watch the trailer. I did watch the trailer, and it was really good.
What's the animation style like?
The animation style, it kind of reminds me of like cutscenes in a video game. It's that newer kind of stiffer animation style, you know, but it's actually really good. The coloring's there. The blood and gore is awesome. The first death that happens, it happens in feudal Japan, and it's intense and awesome. The predators look really cool. I'm pretty stoked. I'm super happy that this is happening, and I look forward to seeing this. This is Predator: Killer of Killers, June 6th on Hulu.
Next week.
Yep.
Nice,
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday or Friday. Next Friday, I think. Friday. Yep. Not this Friday. Yeah. Next Friday. And that's the last one that we have.
And that picture, the poster you have there with the samurai, the ninjas, and the Viking.
Yeah.
Now I want to see a World War II pilot Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
I don't know.
Apparently there was an Assassin's Creed movie that came out, and I didn't know that.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. I didn't even know it came out. Yeah.
From what I understand, it was shit. I tried to watch it, but I just couldn't focus.
Yeah. Which is what's really cool too, by the way, is these two are warriors on land and feet. This one that you see right here, I don't know the whole story, but he actually is a pilot. So he's fighting the World War II.
Yeah.
In fact, that's actually the ship that you see right there, and the World War II ship. So there's this whole
see how they are as fighter pilots.
Yeah, there's a whole flight scene which you don't really get to see much of for Predators.
No.
That's
awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
That's all I got.
Well,
that's this week's story, man.
I appreciate you sharing those. Thank you so much. And to you, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for viewing. Please join us on all of our social medias, OATFTG, or just search up OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, X. Join us in our Facebook group. We try to interact as much as we can. We're also on Discord as well. Join us and start the conversations there. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. However you can get the notifications of whenever these drop. We sure would appreciate it. So thank you so much for viewing. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much for joining us. For The Freak, I'm OZ. And we've been talking geek.
The end.
The end.